We've had a 3.6 magnitude earthquake about 10 kilometers depth that rattled most of the Great Lakes region between Ottawa and Montreal, Ontario and Quebec today. This is a pretty big earthquake concerning Canada, this region there. My parents, as I've told you many times before, were architects in Montreal. I'm also Canadian, by the way. And the ground is so soft there that they had to build as many basements as they had to build above ground. So if you had a 7-story building, you would have to build 7-story basements. That's why a lot of these neighborhoods in Montreal have underground shopping malls, because they have to build underground foundations. So this is what happened there today. About 100 people reported feeling it. And we know that a lot of that area has been shaken. A lot of people don't live there. Most of the people in Canada live around the border between the United States and Canada. But the earthquakes in the Western Quebec seismic zone, people in the large Western Quebec seismic zone, this is where we had this is Montreal around here, Ottawa around here. This is the St. Lawrence River, and these are Lake Erie, Lake Ontario, and down that way is the Mississippi that starts. So basically, this is an area that is a fault line that would break the eastern United States into 3, the continental, the west, and the east. Where's the Mississippi River? There it is right there, okay? But this is basically, should be called the New Madrid seismic zone, is New Madrid fault zone. This is a part of it up there in the north. This is the Great Lake area that has a mantle plume, a horse-shaped mantle plume since 1 billion years ago. Now, and Maine, of course, as we know, has 4 earthquakes in a 100-mile radius. Now, the 2 largest damaging earthquakes occurred in 1935, magnitude 6.1, at northeastern end of the seismic zone, in 1732, magnitude 6.2, 280 miles away from the southeastern end of the zone, where it caused significant damage in Montreal. Earthquakes cause damage in the zone about once a decade, and smaller earthquakes are felt 3 or 4 times a year. And this one, as we said, the USGS stops the frequency of the shake zone in this square. So if you extended it, it would always obviously go into the Great Lakes in this way as well. Now, earthquakes east of the Rocky Mountains, although less frequent than the west, are typically felt over a much broader region. East of the Rockies, which is here, east of the Rockies, an earthquake can be felt over an area as much as 10 times larger than a similar magnitude earthquake in the west. Magnitude 4 eastern earthquake typically can be felt at many places as far as 60 miles from where it occurred, and it infrequently causes damage near its source. A magnitude 5.5 eastern earthquake usually can be felt as far as 300 miles from where it occurred, and sometimes causes damage as far as 25 miles. Now, the earthquakes everywhere occur on faults. With the first thing you learn in Geology 101 is every river is a fault line. That's the St. Lawrence River right there. A lot of rivers and lakes here. Every river is a fault line. That's another river there. Other rivers here. So obviously that's a fault line. And usually miles deep, most of the bedrock in Western Quebec seismic zone formed as several generations of mountains rose and were eroded down again over the last 1 billion years or so. As we said, that mantle plume is magma there in a horseshoe shape that has been there since 1 billion years ago. So all of you there, please be very alert and careful. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support, and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.